G2 versus Sentinels. You can load up fast in game with Samsung SSDs.
G2 on defense,
Let's get ready
Sentinels
to
on
get things
attack.
underway, Mimi,
It's
because
gonna be
this
fun,
is
man.
an absolute banger. We are
Like
packed
this
here
comp.
in the Riot Games arena.
Yeah, our two best
Like
teams
this comp.
playing Corrode to start, and it's no surprise that it starts in mid-second, going up quick.
Always a fast
Oh,
fight.
boy,
Second
it's a
might get
big
pinged
miss
out
of
by
the-
this
wait.
start, though. And on opposite sides
I did
of
look
the
like
wall,
it
it
scanned,
comes
but it
down.
didn't.
Second strikes first. Sentinels on the board early, but G2 are still posturing in this space, calling in the reinforcements. That'll be Jonas Api supporting down
huge
low,
from
but
Zekken,
Zekken
man.
is on an absolute warpath. It's not ending anytime soon. G2 find a couple of
VCT
kills
A
on the
player
other side,
one.
but again, it'll be
There
Sentinels
he
in
is.
control of the site.
Yeah, the trade's good from Zelsis. Everyone gets away into this site, and now Sentinels, whenever you're playing a post fight on B, you have so many angles to go
Baby
for.
Bay. It's Baby Bay in a 1v3. VCT
Dude, he's
A
laughing
player
near the
one,
crowd, I think.
More like.
He doesn't even have a
He just
name,
started
Kristen.
smiling.
It's brutal. He already got his first kill in 1,072 days. It has been a drought for the rookie.
Imagine
Never
it.
had a 30-year-old rookie before.
And I don't know if we ever are again. It'll be Sentinels drawn first blood.
Yeah, that was a
That's
really nice round from
crazy
Shannon.
from Ender.
Let's talk about the comps for a
I
second.
don't know if we
'cause
ever will again.
Both these teams have the same core, right? You're playing a double controller, you're
That's
playing
funny.
Vice. It seems like the majority of the teams across
I mean,
regions are
Zekken's too
thinking
good
that
here, man.
that's about the
What happened to Recon?
kind of standard.
Because I
you
felt
wanna
like
set.
this
But it is
scanned.
really interesting to see Zekken locking in this
Wait,
Neon
what? But then he
instead.
didn't get
Because giving up that
scanned.
Yoru, you're sacrificing having flashes to work with, and instead you're really relying on him to just absolutely send it early on. But it does so much for those initial fights that are really important on this map.
Exactly, especially using
The
slides
wall?
to brace crosshairs, and again for taking quick space
Yeah,
into
is
mid.
it-
This
is
is
it
going to be
directly
consistent.
behind the wall?
Also a fight over into B main at the same time. Sentinels
It
keeping
must
the
be the
pressure
wall,
up,
but
and
I don't know.
once again,
I'm looking
Baby
at this wall
Bay
here,
falling
thinking
down
that
this
wall
time
ain't
early
affecting
on
it.
into the round.
I don't think you have to start saying once again at round 2. You can wait a second to dog on
I
him.
mean, look, if Baby Bay was up here, he would call it honestly. I think we can do the same. I cleared that with him in advance, don't worry, but it will be Sentinels
Okay,
making
it,
quick work of the second round.
Yeah,
Pretty
so
nice
Corrode,
from
the name of the
Sentinels.
game
They
is
don't
these
manage to
mid-fights
snowball
early on. If
anyone,
you're
but Narake
playing
getting some
on
kills early
either
is
side
pretty
of the
nice.
map, and you don't have that space, your rotates late round gets so brutal. Either running all the way back through CT, adding probably 10 seconds, and it's even worse if you're an attacker.
Yeah, especially when it comes to rotating between the sites like you're saying, or defenders trying to look to retake into the site. That A site only has the one way to get in it if you don't have any mid control to play with.
So I think a lot of this game for G2 against a Neon comp is figuring out what amount of space do you want to give early on, how are you re-clearing, and how are you stopping Zekken from just running away with map control.
Well,
It's not going to stop, actually. John
Well,
QT running a bit away as well. Jawgemo fires back on the other side. And
great
gets some
trade,
support from
though.
Trent.
That was a good trade.
Trent still locked down inside of mid while Valen mows him down. G2 come in with the better rifles and now control the spike.
And that's what I'm talking
Look
about.
at the
Really nice
HPs.
team fighting from G2.
You thinking
They
it's
give a little
doable?
bit of space to the
they
Neon,
hear
then
him?
immediately have a
Yeah.
paranoia, have a dart ready to go on that fight back in, and brutalize the Sentinels in mid.
And you can see that every round, again, is going to be about mid fighting. It is double Viper walls trying to control this space early on, so a lot of chaos to play through, whether that's going to be Jawgemo on flashes or
Cheb_B
Neon
with the
sliding.
prime. Thank
And
you
now
for 3
John
months.
QT has gone for the long
Thank you,
walkabout,
thank
but
you.
Trent, even though he's low, is poised and ready on the angle.
Valen's low too, but there should be some easy trades to get here for G2.
And still a lot of territory to cover before you even recover the spike. Now the gas taken down rather low. QT sees the gun, but Trent will see him first.
Very nice.
A 3K and G2 on the board.
Super good bounce back for them. Baby Bay already building it up. Coach Josh
They're all
Archie,
having
he put
fun,
out a
though. You
post
can tell
on
the
Twitter
vibes are
about
good.
What was honestly a very weird move. Everyone thought it was going to be Demon 1 subbing in. Instead, it's the man formerly known as Demon 7, like 20 years ago in Crossfire.
You gotta go way back in the day to see those names.
But he's saying that Baby Bay's a guy who brings vibes, he brings
Okay,
experience.
2 on
He's
each
doing
team. The
some of
comp by
things that
next.
Leaf did in keeping the team accountable and helping a little as a secondary caller.
Yeah,
And I think
same
from our time
setup for
working
Baby
with
Bay.
him,
They
we kinda
didn't
tested
get
it. He definitely
seen.
brings those traits.
Yeah, he does.
G2
And,
definitely
one of those
just
previous
every round is
trying
going
as
for a
well.
1-3-1.
Just trialing for the team. Here we go, another fight into
Good
mid.
on.
Jawgemo taking down so
1-3-1
low.
has just been
Forced to teleport
non-stop
away.
jaws over
Bit more
towards
reserve
middle.
from Sen this time. They slow things down, but still take space in Valen. In trouble here.
Again, still alive and has support back on the site. Baby Bay will be holding from near elbow as more and more players flood on in. This will be Sentinels' first time really
person on
gaining
site,
some
though.
space in towards
Yeah, and
A.
they still have their
They've
wall
got
up, which
Bang
gives them a
working into A main,
good
but
amount of
G2
info.
are bunkered down and aren't giving any angles.
What you're looking at right now is pretty much the dream position for attackers when you're in a mid round. You have control in A main, you have control deep in mid, and now you can just sit and wait for that re-clear to come and try your best to punish it.
You can think of it kind of like an ascent, where once you control mid, you can
Really
dabble
nice,
back and
man.
forth, and Jawgemo, a human drone on low HP, falls.
Yeah, that's what they were looking for, right? Someone's gonna walk, someone's gonna
Yeah.
clear mid, you get your pick,
It's a good
and
way
now
to
you're
play
up.
against
And now
solo
both
initiator. We
works,
probably should
trying to
see that
test some space as well.
quite a
Bang
lot.
really wants it in main, but
If
this puts a
people
lot
are
of
going
pressure
for
on
double
Sentinels.
controller,
Mid player
double
has already fallen.
There's pinch coming.
duelists,
Pinches on
just like
pinches as
taking
that lurk
space,
has
creating
slipped
question
through B
marks,
as
and
well.
then
This mid fight
when you know they got to be
everything.
proactive,
Two
just
players
holding it.
on opposite sides of the wall. But how prepared will Sentinels be? That haunt is deep. It's not going to spot both players, but we'll see the one. Narrate in second.
Yeah,
both
they
find
can't
their
really.
mark,
That
and B
wall is
site
paper
open.
thin, man. I don't know about
Perfect
standing
road
behind
into
that wall.
this side and plenty of time to get set up
Good
in the
fade
post.
either.
I think B is one of the most difficult sites in the game to retake right now, because if you are just coming in through spawn, you are pretty much through mid rather, you are just going to get owned by players in elbow, in heaven. If you're trying to
Okay,
just
the
come
call
through
to
CT,
save.
there's also so many positions for people in the post plant to be set up. So you pretty much always have to try and take a second avenue and go for a split push to actually make those retakes work.
And when we were seeing Corrode being played yesterday as well, we saw a
One
lot
thing
of our
that I
teams actually trying to
do
fight a little
like
bit more
at the
up into that
moment
elbow area. We'll help you out
is
already if you don't know the call-outs
the
entirely
neon.
just yet. But if
So
you
like
can have
this
that
is a
forward
death
space, at
trap
least that
right
threat
here.
of forward space early
Especially
on
when you
into
can
the
spam
retake,
this at the
it can
beginning.
force defenders to use a lot of their
The
utility
neon
before they even
sending
make
it
to the
and
site
getting
itself.
like round the corner is
Nice
this
macro
has such
that round from
a
John
lower
GT.
chance
Takes
of
things
getting
very
punished in this
slowly, calls for
area.
a good re-clear,
Like Zekken's
back
absolutely
into mid
sending
to
over
punish
towards
both players
Sentinels.
set up there from G2. Sentinels now going to start to get some of these ults online and get a really good attack side going.
Exactly. Already up 3-1, but if Narrate's able to pick up an orb in this round, get that ultimate, combo that with Zekken, you can go flying into a site. It's really hard to react.
Last couple of rounds, we've seen Babybay set up
Do you
over
prefer
on
the
A.
Sage
I
or the
think that
Vice on this map? I prefer the
normally
Vice
we've
on
been
this
seeing
map.
a lot of like solo anchoring B from the Vice, but
There's
if you
not
do set up A,
enough-
that site is really good for
not
these
enough
kind of
Sage walls on
multi-stage
attack
defenses,
for
right? You
me
can be
to
holding all the way into main, then you're falling back,
warrant
then you have the
using it
next
over
layer here,
a
and then you're finally
Vice.
falling back into the site. It's really tough for attackers to deal with.
Once again, fight out into mid. This time some neon walls getting into the mix.
Sen feignet this time. They
Yeah,
double back
no one
into
breaks
B
the
main, and they're
eye.
just gonna look
They
to
know
hard
they
hit
created
there.
a little
Only
bit of pressure over
single
towards mid
anchor.
with the wall up and
Yeah,
eye, and they
single
just
thorn,
group and
no
go head
Viper
over
wall
towards
set up
B.
on this map, so it'll just be the support of
A lot of
Omen
people that
smokes
come by
coming
next
in.
round
But
if
because
G2
G2
lose this.
kept top mid control, they
And
will
you're
actually
probably
have
going to
fast
see Zekken
rotates
just
to help.
absolutely send it. Does the Fawns wreck him?
Sentinels
Does
wanna
Baby
pop.
Bay
It'll be
react
York
in
for
time?
Narrate. Nightfall now ready,
Good
and
Fawns.
here it comes.
Fawns are straight
All
out.
Sentinels
Stops
into the
everything.
mix. Zekken leading the charge as those Thorns do delay for a moment. Those rotates you mentioned from G2. Already 2 players approaching in from mid, and Sentinel's not comfortably onto site just yet. Trent has made his way here. Keep your eyes on him, but Narrate is already waiting for him. 2 kills, and the defense starts to fall apart from G2.
Really nice fighting there. Sentinels
Jawgemo
take a
just
pause,
own them with that
decide,
flash?
hey, we have to deal with one of these corridors first, get there too, and now a big advantage.
Oh, Valen just can't quite find the angle from heaven. Sees a few players, but his own teammates are dropping like flies. There's time to play with now. But Valen's position has already been given up. Now he's getting re-cleared. Narrate playing so aggressively.
Big pick.
Valen with 3,
Okay,
hold
what's
on.
happened here?
On for a clutch, but down to 15 HP.
The great
Valen
reposition
just
from
can't get it
Zekken.
done.
Dude, how did he get
He makes
3
it
from
even,
that
but
pause?
Sentinels
That's nice,
take it in
made
the
it
end.
2v4
I don't
kind
know
of
where
doable.
those 3 kills came from.
Jawgemo
G2
completely
side
owns
now.
everyone on B side on
Not
his team
quite
there.
enough to win it out. That's really nice conditioning early
I don't know if we're
from
going to see the
Sentinels,
flash in the
showing
replay,
that
but
same
didn't look
util
convincing.
pattern in mid,
Time out
immediately
gets called,
walking
the
back
eco,
into B,
and
the site pretty easily, and
they can at least call
great
or
team
talk
fighting
about
to deal
middle.
with these extremities early.
No
Oh my
way, he's
word.
going for the
That's
spam and
nasty.
then the swing
The
came
wall
out.
pen into
Good
the
readjustment from him,
transfer
though.
is very nice.
Yeah, welcome to Corrode, guys. Gonna be seeing wallbang kills a lot.
We like that. Depending on who you ask.
say
Our
I
Odin
don't.
players, you know, I've been talking to Alexis all week, and she's like, yeah, you know, I'm just on the Odin all the time. It's great. When you're on the receiving end, not nearly so fun. Will be G2 calling a timeout here, and looking at the money available, it will be forcing them onto a save, but they've got
How do you
some
feel
big
about Sova
critical
Fade?
ultimates coming
I don't
online.
really mind,
Yeah,
man.
G2 have
Not like
kind
I'm
of a
gonna be
tough task,
super
because
angry
you
with
can double
everything.
down on trying to go for these
The
early fights
the way
into
that
mid
I
and
say it
flip
at the
your round
moment
on if you could
is
beat the
like
Neon there.
Sova's
I
better
wouldn't
for
hate to see them
ranked,
going for
and
more
I
ideas
think
to, like,
Sova's
really
better
take
if you're playing
space
like a
into
Neon.
A or B main.
But I think
'Cause
if
Sentinels,
I'm
thus
running a
far, they've
Euro, I would
managed
use
to get a
Fade.
lurk, just walking in
But
pretty
honestly,
much
I
alone on
don't
one
really
of
care.
those
They
sides
both do a
every
similar
round,
thing.
and you combine that
The
with
drone
the
is
heavy effort
the drone
they're
is good
putting
enough
into
to
the
check
mid
the
control,
angles,
they
and every
have
corner that
great
people talk
options in
about
their mid round
being
to
over
call from.
towards mid is
Feels a lot like
spammable.
how
So
John
it's not
loved
like
to
I
call back in the
I
day
need
when
a
they were playing
prowler
the
for a lot
double
of these. I
smoke
just
plus
spam
a
these.
Sentinel option back on split even, where you can ping pong a little bit between the two sides of the map and rotate into your lurks later on.
We've seen him this year role swapping, playing more initiator, but this is really back to old Sentinels, to comfort for John QT, getting to play double smokes all the time again.
And that's kind of where the meta seems to be headed, so this could be deeper than just a Corrode thing for the Sentinels.
G2 still start 3 into mid, but use less util this time, just look to contain.
Yeah, maybe not wanting to change too much here on the eco with 4 sheriffs in hand.
You see how brutal that
If
Viper
Sagewell
wall
didn't
is
have a
to
time,
deal
I'll
with
do.
here.
Sagewell didn't have a
Always
time,
having
it'd
to
be
invest
one
a
of the most
flash,
broken
some
agents.
piece of utility to get ahead of it. That's a value the double controller provides.
This is a moment where Sentinels have doubled up in A main, so maybe expecting a walk-up in the mid rounds, and that walk-up is going to just be in mid. Narrate low, but that'll be the advantage.
Super passive hold over towards B. Narrate doubles back into his teammate, but Sen are going to continue to take their time, see if they can get another opportunity here.
Yeah, you
I do
expect
get more
now
value.
G2 down
I
numbers,
do think
especially to
Fade
try
is
and
just
creep
better,
forward,
but
go for a re-clear, look for
I think for
something.
ease of use,
Bit of a gamble
Sova's
to
pretty
try and get
legit.
themselves back into the round. And more than likely around a guy like Jawgemo, the only hero rifle to play with this one.
It's
All set,
one of
moving
those
up
maps
towards
as
A
well
main
that's
now.
pretty good for like
Two players here.
insta fade eyes for people to
The
peek to
weapons
get
really
info
deal
also.
with this one. Jawgemo
A
with
lot
the
of
hero rifle
corners
is far
for
away, and already
defaults and stuff.
losing out on Jonah makes this pretty rough to hold for G2.
Yeah, these are the G2 Sheriffs, not the G2 Stingers. It's a very different story, except not in the case of Trent. Already has found one and calls in Baby Bay for some support, but it's just not going to be there. Sentinels making quick work of this once again.
And they get the spike down, easy peasy.
Spike planted.
Jaw can hunt a little bit here, see if he can get a kill.
If I was in
No
a team,
real
I'd
hope
be
of
fine to
winning
let the
this
initiate
round.
to
And
pick. Yeah,
now,
basically.
as you look ahead towards the
don't care.
next, it is
That's what
all
I'm saying.
about
If I had the
what
choice, it's
did
Fade,
G2
but
discuss in
if
that
you have
timeout.
like a
As they
person who
showed
feels much
practically
comfier
the
in
same round
Sova,
in that last one,
it's not like
just
I-
3 sheriff players
not like it
containing
changes
in
too
mid.
much.
Yeah, I'm wondering, can you run similar looks? Because obviously
Smile,
G2
I
have
guess,
done a
for
lot
the
of
Prime.
like
Thank
full
you, the
mid
11 months.
aggros. Can you
Thank you.
fight more aggressively for the extremities of the map?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. 'Cause
Well,
I
Baby
think when
Bay,
you're playing
dude,
a
all I'm
pure
saying is
Inchmate
Sentinels right
Neon
now,
comp,
just avoiding
it
him.
ends up playing really similar to if you think about like a Lotus A fight, right? Where as a defender, you have this option of if I hard commit into this early fight, you're pretty much always losing to the Neon because they have stun, they have all this utility to overwhelm, and they can beat the timings on your util with the slide.
Prime
So what I'm
Zenith,
looking
I
at
mean, yeah,
instead
I
is
get it,
early
dude.
fights into main
People-
or these like later round
People use it
second
against
refresh
CNET,
initiator
avoid
utility,
CNET. I've seen
re-clears
avoid
on mid,
Aspas.
and less of the super early
Now
mid
I've seen
fights.
avoid Baby
Make it
Bay.
a little bit less predictable, less repetitive. I think G2 are a team
Sometimes
that
you just gotta
usually
go to
play
the
a
weaker
lot to
side.
condition
Yeah.
their opponents, so this could be an idea already playing into the defined meta of the map already, with a lot of that mid fight, but if I'm eyeing up positions on the map, things could start to change.
So still something in mid.
Yeah, and oh, okay, Trent's going to be bringing an Odin to the
Yeah,
party.
Trent
a lot
gets
of
the
ultimates
Odin
play
now,
off
and
him
that's
as well.
2 HP for
Zek
Zek,
knocked
and
out the
lucky to
2
be
health
alive
from
on
that
this.
spam.
Yeah, down. They waited 10 seconds before going for the
It's on the
flash
recon
dart
actually
combo.
gets
but
shot.
this fight
Nice
is headed
ult for
towards
the
B
split.
site. Sentinels
And
gearing
got
up for a
small
split
window
into
for them to
these
try
G2
capitalize
players,
off of
but
this.
4 already have rotated over
Missed
with
the
the double
smoke for heaven.
teleports. Paranoia now. The Sentinels wait to find their mark. Trent in a ridiculous position. Who's waiting for him? I don't think anyone. And now the site is getting mucky. It's getting
Nature's
yucky.
Prowler didn't
That
look onto
ultimate
him
is
as well.
down, and Trent
Yeah,
is
it's an
tearing them
Odin map.
apart.
Welcome.
3 kills
Welcome
already
to
in the
Corrode.
classic. Jawgemo will trade him out. It's a one-on-one now. Both Vipers alive with plenty of time to work with.
Jonah P was so late to all of this. But John holds outside, tries to look for an early peek. Jonah not giving it. He'll just wait
He
for the
might
plants
actually be
and
able to
play
use
from
his
there.
smoke here.
Turns into a game of timings. Jonah has started to
I have the spike.
spy a little bit deeper into the site.
Okay, can't
Ultimately,
spam
John
on that
has to be
gun.
worried about every single angle. Left, right, up, back. Jonah's had so much time.
Sticks in a corner and sits there. 6 bullets.
John waiting. Backed in. Here's a
Oh,
footstep.
very
Jonah P
nice, man.
takes him
Very, very
down.
nice from Jonah P.
That is nasty from Jonah. in the 1v1, walking into his opponent's pit.
Sentinels should be pretty happy though.
Still gets the kill
The
in the
round
end.
that they lose.
That round got way
G2
hairier
survive
than it
with
should have
one.
because it was such a good start to that defense. I loved this anchor smoke you see to the left there that Valen threw down. That gives so much space for Trent to play around. So he can go left to the right side of the shed.
can spam that
He
though,
can
not with a
isolate
Vandal.
players coming through that smoke. He did so much in that position. So it came down to the clutch, and thankfully for G2, they had Jonah, the man to do it.
And importantly, G2 end up winning that round as well without using either the Hunter's Fury or the Dimensional Drift. So they still have options to look for a combo between those two abilities.
You're already seeing how much having the Odin helps solve this map. You have to put a hell of a lot of less resources into mid when you can just spam it on down.
And Trent is the OG Odin abuser, isn't he? You think back to all those rounds he was playing Sova on Ascent back in the day with the guard.
Attack side up from Zelsis is re-clearing to
Oh,
mid.
dude.
Spotting these players out.
I was gonna
Trent
say,
on
man, if he was
pace.
actually here to
One
spam for the top of
misses.
this, he might have a
Isn't
couple
finding
of
a way to
kills.
connect. This could be struggle
And
city for G2.
Baby Bay
Sentinels
just got popped for
bring
a
the heat over
smoke,
towards the A
right?
side.
Jaw has to go big in this spot. Stuck into the corner, groups towards main with his teammate. A good reposition.
There's still going to be players there. Jawgemo in trouble, has to teleport away. It's a 1v1. Valen, the walls are closing in around him, and he is down. G2 pushed away from this site, but still with the position back towards elbow. Sentinels have to be prepared, though. They know Jaw was on this side of the map. That combo takes him down. 3 already for Zekken. Could we get another? It'll be Trent. Back into things.
Flank coming through.
The off is holding it. There's just no chance. Trent did so much in the
Yeah,
last.
it's an easy one.
You can't swing into an op with an Odin.
Yeah, he has no way out here. Round is over. Sentinels.
Yeah, they win one, they lose the
somehow
next.
come out on top
1-9
of that
loss
one.
bonus.
The Sova ult just a little off from Trent. And
Eco on this
I'm not sure
one.
exactly what happened with Baby Bay top mid. I think he just got
Baby
straight
Bay
up
just got
spammed
popped
through that
through
smoke.
the smoke, I'm pretty sure.
And then losing a player. Sentinels show a really nice split
didn't
into
get
the
to see it.
site, and a round that looked super winnable has all gone so wrong.
Yeah, and you can see there too, Valen's having a lot of troubles because ideally you want to be up into A main. That's kind of how you can play around the mid push coming in. But he just couldn't get there quickly enough, and because Zekken's on this Neon, he can capitalize off a slight positioning, problem that Valen found himself in. That's going to bring G2 into another timeout.
Second in the half already.
At round 9.
Yeah, that is brutal for G2.
But to be fair, this is a brand new map, so you have to problem solve a lot on the fly.
Yeah, it has to really come down to adaptations. When you're playing this one, you can probably expect that it's going to be some kind of double controller look, but maybe even seeing the Neon could throw you off to some extent. I think Zekken has done such a good job
Yeah,
of
I think he
breaking
did
the
say that.
standard timings of
I would love to
isolating
have seen the
anchors
replay. I
on
wonder what
these
actually
split
happened.
pushes that it's just so difficult to deal with.
The mid fights haven't been going G2's way. The delays haven't caught them
Okay,
when they've
4
been
eco
supposed to.
out for
They
G2.
don't have money this round again.
It's a tough spot to be in as well, for as much as, we were joking on early on, this is Baby's first time stepping on the stage in a long, long time. Hasn't really found his footing yet into this game. He's going to need to if G2 are going to make a go at making things even in this half.
They're still just trying to find a solution to mid. Setting up a trap play there this round. Off of that Neon being heard should be a paranoia, 4 players swinging.
Feels like Sentinels
Oops.
mid-fights have been a lot more tempered than they started the game off with. That's sort of been Kaplan's adjustment coming out of the
What's
timeouts.
that?
Because now they've got things like the operator
Device
online.
up.
Really annoying thing, just be able to post into bot mid.
And the conditioning is so good. G2 on the Rico round, literally putting all 5 players in mid to be ready for that same Neon dive we've seen round after round.
So this will only be our second time watching Sentinels go for a full main hit. Last time it was on B. This will be their attempt
Yeah,
at
the
an
push
aim.
behind's
There are
actually
3
pretty good
players
on this
moving
one.
swiftly onto that flank. Could be a problem if
No
that one
way.
doesn't get cleared. They thought they had him because of the seam in the box, but that is just
Yeah,
unfortunate.
I mean, the frenzy's just rough
Yeah,
there.
the full auto does him wrong there. And now Zelsis turns to deal with the flank a little too late. Loses his light. Bang
Hold
only
up.
1 for 1.
Some
That's
guns
guns
here.
recoverable. But now Sentinels here to deal with the problem and locking up this anti-eco.
Now, once again, we're looking to the next round for G2's real adjustment. It's 2 actually timeouts called going into an eco round from G2.
And I like this purchase coming through. Put Jaw on the operator. Couple different ways you can play this. First of all, to set him
We
up
got
in
Op,
mid,
we
put
got
him in a
Odin,
position to try and
we got
punish that
everything.
Neon as Zekken is sliding on in. Or, mid-round, you can post him in a main and then heavily stack the rest of the map. I think that'll do a lot for them as an
Wait,
adjustment.
did Valen
Looks
die
like
from...
Jawgemo's
Oh,
heading
okay, no,
towards
he's...
B. Remember early in
That
the
was
map,
the
there was a lot of
frenzy one,
solo
okay.
lurking, especially taking liberties over towards B in the early round. That's where Jaw's gonna like his
Yeah,
chances.
this off
Up to
angle is
here.
really good.
Ooh,
That's
Celsius
a wild
takes it
kill.
easy around the corner.
That is a wild,
Sees
wild
the first
kill.
shoulder.
Didn't have Zelsis out-opping Jaw on my bingo card. But now this opens up a re-hit late into A. Little pressure applied at
Wait,
mid,
they've
and
come
here
to
comes
baby
the
base
execute.
site.
Yeah, Baby
Here we
Babe's gotta
go.
call in
This is the
support,
moment.
But already Zekken is flying at
They're
him.
actually
It
hitting
is
his
not
site.
comfortable to play
First
with
time.
now.
Good reposition.
Waiting for his timing. Maybe trying to get inside of this wall.
Oh, no.
How is Baby Bay gonna play
Oh,
this?
no.
He's getting slid on. He's getting schmeeked on. He can't do anything.
Dude, the Omen
Sentinels
flash
on
came
the
in. I
site.
wonder if he was tempted to go for it.
And bye-bye to G2's chances in this round. You're buying op.
They saw him, yeah.
Tipped by Zelsis.
Have the spike.
And then just run over your anchor. Zekken is having such a good game on the Neon
Oh, yeah.
right now. Like, single-handedly, not only is he having like
Dude,
crazy impact
I gotta
on
see
these
the Zelsis
executes
pick.
as a fragger, but he's also forcing G2 to put so many
see
resources
it.
into dealing with that early mid-fight. I don't think G2 has actually managed to win that space pretty much ever this half.
No, it's been a drought for a long, long time for G2. And by all accounts, we come into this match, and it's very exciting because it's G2 Sentinels, the undisputed 2 best teams in Americas this year. But it is also G2 coming in with a substitute at a last minute. Sentinels were always going to be favored here.
Yeah, and it's also weird because it's
The
both
Neon
these
Wall, no, the
teams
Neon
coming
Wall-
in with not a
the
lot
reactive
of time, you
Neon
know,
Wall
playing a
was
tournament
incredible.
in the off-season there.
I don't think he
after
realized just how
Masters
good it
Toronto
was.
That they both attended, and then
'Cause
having,
obviously he's
like,
just trying to
basically
save his
only a
life,
week
but
of practice, if a little more, little
couldn't
less,
have been
to
any
be able
better.
to come out and prepare for stage 1
Oh,
or
it's
stage
close.
2
Big
rather.
swing.
Right. The thing is, though, both these teams talk such a big game, especially when they're
Oh, that's
facing
a
off
great shot from him.
against
Did
each
they
other,
get him?
that there's always something riding on it. There's always that want to win. I think especially Sentinels, you never live it down if you lose a series like this. So very good to see them coming in.
And to
being
not mince
strong.
words, I think what you're saying is you cannot lose to G2 with Baby Bay.
Oh,
You
bro,
can't
he
lose
died
to
at the
G2
end. No gun
without
as well.
Leaf after 2 days.
He's a
since
caster.
signing.
He's 30. He hasn't played in 2 years.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's actually been grinding the whole time.
True.
And I saw some big numbers, is all I'm going to say. G2 back onto Sheriffs this time around. Wall to play with. Sentinels might just want to not reinvent too much. Might not want to show too much. It's another exec onto the A side. This time Zekken slipping
Yeah,
over
they're
to
hitting
left
his
side of the
side again.
yard. But then he
Time
pumps
for
the brakes
redemption
a
for
moment,
Baby
waiting
Bay.
for his team to come
Not
out
the
from
best
behind
gun,
the wall.
but-
Very measured approach from Sentinels thus far, and
Ooh.
as soon as balance pushed back into him, he's able to make quick work.
Bro, Zekken
Few
is
more
farming.
members.
Zekken's having way too much fun right now.
This
And
is
Zelsis,
lights out.
looking
Yeah,
like
double
prime
entry
Aspas,
into a double op
CNED,
kill, shutting down the
insert
rotators
off
in
player.
from mid. Sentinels, they've really started to simplify. The first 6 rounds was conditioning this mid fight every
Kenny,
time,
yes,
and
sure.
since then they've figured out that they can just bully the A site. And Zekken has just been running a clinic over there. It's made even more difficult because if you try and fast rotate, push out an extremity, you have Zelsis always there on the contain with this operator as well.
This is the control style of Sentinels that I want to see them go back to on the majority of maps.
It reminds me of like when they were at their peak playing on Split, like Masters Madrid era. John QT as an IGL is really good at not just these slow double controller comps, but at working the Neon into it, at having Zekken is that
They got too many
extra bit of
ults, man.
pizzazz.
They got too many ults. It's 10
Now he's
rounds.
just been calling hit after hit after hit. And this time, geared up to move into B. What do they have to play with? It'll be that Steel Garden mainly. A Nightfall on top of it. Bang could even get a little bit fun and go for some teleports into the site. We're going to see. Doesn't look like G2 want to put up too much of a stop just yet. Jonah P's actually out there with the classic because he couldn't even shoot his gun.
Second,
And
man,
now,
come on,
Bang
dude.
is ulted back up into
It's still
spawn. No
it's
one's
still
waiting
an
for him.
official
That's a
game.
couple of kills. Now G2 can only approach in through mid. Bang with a shorty in hand, trying to stall out as long as possible. Nightfall to try and counter
on your
out
head.
this utility being thrown in from G2, and they haven't made any progress into the site.
It's retaking through one corridor, Christy. They have no way to get out. There's a crossfire. There's an op. This is brutal.
There's just nothing you can do. They put down a smoke on the left side to try and cut off this crossfire, and it's completely worthless. Sentinels
very, very nice
take
for Sentinels.
every single one down.
Yeah, they just look more drilled on the map.
I love what we're seeing with Bang on the open
snowball
here.
pretty
Double
well.
TPing first into the
Beckon's
site,
looking
then into
good.
his teammate's Viper orb up in
Dalsis
heaven,
is
and
not
passing
missing
all
shots
the way
really when he
around
actually sees
to
people.
completely cut off both elbow and heaven. The player there dies, and suddenly G2, despite having a somewhat winnable retake, they're just locked out because they're only coming from one direction.
It is clear to me that Sentinels were feeding off of the chaos of all of the fights, the scraps at the start of rounds, these post plants as well. They are looking sharp as we
Is
head
the
into the
map?
second half.
I don't want to say the map's defense-sided, but it is. Kind of makes it look a little rougher.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I mean, this dude, it might get a 2-0, 2-0. Might be one of the quickest Americas days. If you're a G2 fan, how are you coping right now? I mean, they're going champs no matter what, even if they lose every single game. None of this actually kind of really matters for them other than seeding. Easy cope? Yeah, it's pretty much a cope that no other team has right now. You think Corrode is going to be the next PAL for EMEA? Nah. I think you have more. I think you have a. I'm not saying many more teams that are thinkers in EMEA, but you got more than when PAL first came out. So it's not all down to Fnatic playing it and everyone stealing Fnatic stuff. I would say there's at least 2 extra teams who should be able to do cool stuff on new maps.
Well, this halftime break might be the
maybe
last
even
time
3.
G2 get a moment to chat with Coach.
Actually, maybe even
RT
4 now with BBL.
Before going into this one, because Mimi, Sentinels lead by 8 at the half.
That they do.
VVC, thanks so much for the
G2
prime.
both of their
Appreciate the 6
tactical
months. Thank
timeouts
you.
in the first one. It was a brutal start, all about Zekin controlling the pace
Why do
on
they
the
get to
Neon.
Masters if they lose every game?
Bad
They just
news
got too
for
many
G2.
champ
I don't think
points.
that's going to change because it's a really similar idea on defense where at the start of rounds, you want to be using your Neon to either hyper aggro into A main or into mid and deny your opponent's space.
We'll see what G2's approach is. Sentinels, it was all about that mid fight,
Just
but
wait for
on
Cake Off
pistol,
to pull out the
G2
harbor.
already to attack
Yeah,
into
I'm actually a
Nary
little worried about
on
it.
the B site. Viper Wall here to support him. And already showing his hand a little bit. Haunt comes out, but will be dealt with. Now the rotate comes
They
from
got
John
Fawns,
QT.
though.
Sentinels with full mid control can
Good
move over
Fawns.
here quickly. And Sentinels aren't leaving the
Jawgemo
site
just
either. They
isolated for a
continue to
long,
flood
long
in.
time.
And
Own
Bunker
flash
behind this
goes in,
attack
but
wall that G2 themselves put down. It's getting a little bit awkward on site as all 5 players are here.
Oh,
John
shots.
QT goes unnoticed and unpunished for a moment. Finally,
Damn, Baby
G2
Bay.
with an advantage. Baby Bay draws 2 kills. And they get the plant down.
I've never heard the Riot Games Arena that excited for 2 kills. But they're fans.
The first 3 rows love Baby Bay. They want to be as close to him as possible. And the back of the crowd is all Sentinels.
A little weaker from you guys, son.
That's a rarity. They don't really have to talk
My
a
God,
big
it might
talk
actually
this
come down to
game
Baby
so
Bay.
far. We'll see.
Yeah, very nice.
Almost caught on the
Nice
reload.
pistol, man. Baby Bay's here.
G2 get their pistol. Okay!
There he goes!
He got his 2!
There are the vibes Josh RT was talking about when they picked this man up. There is a big difference between how these teams are going to play their attack side, because with the Yoru, you don't have that Neon to speed up, to go for these early gambits into
Let's
mid.
go, boys! Come on now! Woo! No pie, baby! No pie!
Instead, they really have to slow things down, play a full control comp, and instead go for a lot more re-clear ideas. Here for Sen, it's a big fight ready in mid.
Large challenge.
Dude, he's got a chance
Jawgemo
to farm some
with the
ecos here
outlaw
as well. Where is he?
Might not
Get in
even
there.
be favored if that first shot doesn't connect. Oh dear.
Oh, boy.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
That
Hold up,
outlaw
let's
has
actually
now
win the
been
eco round
recovered.
fast.
G2 want to excel into A, but because Sen have mid control, their rotates are faster.
The Viper Wall that G2 have put down, though, does give them the option to walk out it. Slices Yard up in half. Gives them the ability to walk back into elbow. That forces Sentinels to play out in front of it, but I like this tempo change from G2.
They'll slow things down, go for a re-clear, maybe back into mid, or just group towards B.
The concern
Yeah,
is where that outlaw
Sentinels
is
go
posted
for a
up
little
now,
gamble.
right? Few players on light
Nice,
armor, dink
nice
down.
lineup.
See Celsius, he was all the way back in spawn, throws Thorns to A John, and suddenly an orb, a Molly, Thorns, and this solo anchor is tough to get through.
Been stalled for a long time, but Sentinels still aren't rotating away from A.
Launching thorns.
Still some worlds where this could be a fake. Don't want to get caught on the rotate. So now it'll finally be the call from John QT. Hey, that's a lot of utility, counting 3-4 players
Yeah, the drone
walking their way into the site.
plays the whole
Sentinels
of the
regroup,
site,
play
though.
numbers.
Where did G2 want to
Plant
fight?
goes
I'd like to see
down.
them take elbow
Yeah,
here,
they're gonna
but
take a little bit of
it'll be a
space.
brawl.
This is a
Yep,
good
don't
chance
get
for
up in
Baby
front.
Bay here,
Now
man.
the snake bite is down.
Big chance.
Baby Bay and Valen. Baby Bay on first contact, lining them up, and Valen to capitalize off of it. The rest of G2 follow suit.
Uh-oh.
It's 2-on-1 second, a little bit
Okay,
too
lovely.
low to make a go
Very
at
nice.
it.
So a bad start to the round, losing out on Jaw early, but a great recovery from G2. That's the style you need to see. Slow down the pace. Don't let the
G2
Neon
baited
run all
him.
over you. Take your time.
Jeez, this
Take
first
map
contact,
control,
man, it's
and
fine.
make a confident, informed decision.
Exactly. And it'll be something G2 know as well, because they're playing the Aura instead of the Neon. It's really hard for them to quickly capitalize if they see Sentinels overplaying on one side of the map. They can't have that same level of reach that a Neon has sprinting into a site.
And with that style, I expect to see a lot of rounds end like that, with these really chaotic retakes.
Jawgemo buys
G2's
Outlaw
team fighting
again.
is going to have to take a
Wait,
step up from the first half.
did they save this? I'm so
A
confused.
mess of smokes thrown down into mid. Sentinels were throwing a lot of that attack Viper wall that sliced through mid, but G2 have a different read and actually
Nice.
Yeah,
abusing
this
those
is the thing with the
angles.
Omen Smoker.
Yeah,
It's
there are
why a
some
lot of
cheeky
teams
ones on this map.
been
You can
playing
jump up
a little bit of
on this box
Astra
in mid and pretty much
is
steer over
normally
any
it will
smoke
have
that
some
your
kind
opponent
of
is placing, unless
angle
it's that
for one of
Viper wall.
these.
Yeah, and that was their own Omen smoke as well that they knew the angle of. That's something G2 have drawn up in the labs. As a little re-clear look is going to punish Jawgemo. Narrate is gorgeous on those two shots.
G2 actually still have this space. Throw down a smoke before Valen decides to retreat. But again, it's a B site that has really strong stall utility. Wall ready to go. Vise wall as well. Thorns, this is tough.
Thorns activated.
Might have to
Baby
contact
Bay
Sender
showing
both
his
at
hand
the
a
same
little bit.
time.
They
Yeah.
both ignore the wall, just get right in front of it. But now paralyzed on top of the Thorns. Baby Bay has found an
it's
opening.
not
He tells
tunnel
this.
vision.
Looks right behind him. G2 get into the site, trade out
30
their
seconds
teammate,
left.
plant the spike.
Honestly though,
Straight up 2v2.
found out where they both are.
Trent and Valen
Space made.
split up.
Hold
Trent
on.
is one off the ultimate, but he has a fight against Narrate.
Narrate on the flank. The wall not an option, and Trent wins it out. 3 for him on the round. And now so many corners that Valen could be in. Bang's got to take his time.
Paranoia
No
slow,
way.
but what angle does he
Didn't
check?
see him? That's ridiculous.
Looked
I
underneath.
think the call might have come in to save.
Yeah, I mean the code did come in
50
safe.
credits in the bank.
Wow.
Hey, I
concedes
mean,
it.
nice
Just
3v4
a
on
couple
site.
pixels forward.
They got
He
great
sees
trades
Valen
going on.
underneath him. That could be a kill. That could be an honest shot at the round.
Literally half a second difference. And now for G2, they win that round.
Change, do you
they
think
keep Trent's ult,
Clove?
and they've won
Make,
their
they won't
bonus
change
from what was
Clove,
a
it's just a ranked agent.
dreary game. It looked like this
The
could be
ranked
like
agent or
13-4.
maybe
They're in
certain
a position
teams
where they can really come
like
back, and
it.
it all started with this off angle. Very nice job from Trent, punishing that player in mid.
Let's go round by round. Let's get this shit, bruh.
I still can't get out of my head how weird it is seeing him playing again.
Yeah, but it's like hearing his voice sounds normal, you
Yeah.
know? But not saying that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't make a lot of sense to me still. We'll get used to it, depending on how long Leaf stays out.
But this one's looking a bit attack-sided, isn't it, Mimi?
Yeah. Sen are going to call a timeout pretty early here. Won't have money this round, so looking ahead to the future. I think it comes down to, with this Neon, where you can actually get aggression without being punished early on. Because G2, you see the way they're playing the map. They are always set up in these super passive positions. So I wouldn't hate to see Sen almost lean into a bit of a slower style, right? You can still show something early, like an A main take with a Neon, but then on that second refresh, go into more re-clear plays back into mid, try and punish these lurk players. Because those like late round lurks into A, into mid, that's what allows Valen to call the slow style he loves.
Exactly. Sentinels need to
thank you so much for
reframe
the
themselves a
prime.
bit.
Thank you for the
They're
5
so used
months.
to playing that fast style, those skirmishes for mid
Yeah, he
on their
goes back in
attacking
game.
side that
Let's do it.
maybe
Trent
need to
has
adjust
all.
to G2.
But they are starting
Full
with a fight
eco
here.
pretty
Hero
much.
rifle
We've
on
got save
second.
guns, couple of
That is in A
sheriffs.
main. Only Jonah and Baby Bay to receive this fight, and there'll be a paranoia too to catch out these players.
Uh-oh.
Here it comes, Prowler spotted. Here's the paranoia, and Baby Bay's down.
He's kind of
Second
just out
gets
in the
away with
open.
murder.
Exactly the kind of trap you want to see from Sen. Wait for someone to walk up, have the punish with the paranoia and the slide, and now you get an advantage to play from on your
He
eco.
got a
This is
dink.
almost the weakness now of how G2 play. They hadn't already taken space into mids. That drone comes in from all the way bot mid.
Look at where this Vise wall is placed as well.
Oh
Gonna
dear.
contain towards B, but they're losing space elsewhere. Jaw trades on back.
Yeah, Sentinels wanted to keep the pressure up, go for a reclear into mid, but
Yeah,
every single
also
corner they
this,
peek is being held.
This Viper stuff is like
It's a good
pretty
start to the
hard
round,
to
but
deal
unfortunately
with.
for Sentinels, G2 too good to trade this one out unless
It gives
They
you
could
gives you
change that.
space to walk through this
Now
choke
11 HP
each
though.
time. Honestly, if they keep
Like
throwing this
already
Viper
planted.
stuff, you'll probably see Sentinels put the Vice wall here,
How do G2 want to hold on to this?
just so
Two
that
players
this
back
doesn't
into
cause
elbow.
passive pressure.
Again, trying to fight off of Valen's contact in the corner of sight. Play these deeper lines and force Sentinels to show exactly where they're going to be approaching from. Prowler already into the site, makes it easy for Valen to throw that paranoia and fall back again. It's these layers upon layers when you hold into the post plant.
It's a nice little
Delay,
after
delay.
plant setup.
And Sentinels are now starting to feel that time pressure, starting to feel the pressure of being outranged and
I mean, they'll get
outgunned.
absolutely wrecked by an Odin, but other than that, it's pretty
And
good.
just minced to pieces.
'Cause this would just get
nice
spammed.
post plant there for G2. Second round this half where they lose someone early to a set play and manage to recover. But Sentinels now, this is the round where we're
yeah,
really going
Sen put
to
the Vice
see what
on-
they were discussing,
on
what they
A
were
here,
looking to change out of
surely.
that timeout.
Looking at ultimates here, Trent's got the Hunter's
Unless
Fury.
we change up the wall.
Sentinel's not far from a Nightfall, just one off. True from a Steel Garden as well, but
No,
maybe a little harder
they
to play
don't.
for those orbs proactively than we saw out of them on the
Dude, they
attack
might
side.
still struggle here.
G2 don't think that Sen will stack a play into A main 2 rounds in a row. They look to go there, and they're absolutely right. This is a light site
Insta.
where
Look
they
at
use
Smoke.
TP.
All the way
Smoke
back
spawn
towards
to create
spawn.
this a bit of
He's
pressure over
6
towards here.
into
Drone
Narrate, who
pushes
is
through.
effectively
They
solo
know that
away, but
Narrate's far
Narrate is
back, so they
waiting
can
for
just
it.
send it.
Is ready.
Narrate's
Now the
all
rest of
hits
the team is
3.
in. Nightfall's going to tag up 3. This completely stunts the play from G2. They're boxed into a corner. They don't really know where to go. Zekin fighting his way out as well. And they're all split up. Jawgemo into the thick of things. Gets the 2. G2 with a chance once again.
The round slows down for now. Plant still not committed, a 3v3, but ults for G2. Jaw can get info off this.
Time to scout. There's a double hold back
1,
towards
2.
spawn.
They don't
That
know
buys a lot of
furthest.
comfort, and
Combo.
now the Hunter's Fury to connect. Trent tags the first. Shots coming out from the next
Jawgemo,
one. It's
man, what a round,
distraction.
dude.
Jawgemo with a 4-piece.
Hunting for his ace. The IGL on the other side.
John QT's been revealed. Jaw is waiting right on the other side. He's ready for
Sick
it.
round, dude.
Jawgemo
Sick round.
gets the ace.
Incredible from Jaw.
Yeah, his flash
They
to get the
needed a
first 2
player
is
to
lovely.
step up.
His third one, he's getting out of the ult as the
The world
Sova's
champ delivers.
ulting as well.
5 rounds
He
in a
knows the
row
guy's
now for
moving.
G2, and this was just beautifully played by him. A perfect flash out of the ult, off of the timing of that burst from the Hunter's Fury hitting to get the kill. And then he just keeps it going.
That is a thing of beauty right there.
The iBuy Power ace. Of course, you can go over to iBuy Power socials. They're giving away a $100 gift card and $100 in iBuy Power.
I'm
rewards
still
at
surprised
iBuy
Sentinels
Power.
aren't putting Vice over
Check out
towards
box
A.
score ace.
Could be dealing with this passive pressure so
Meantime,
easy.
Sentinels have slipped into mid. Again, continuing to fight over this corridor on the map. And G2 have found success even without doing the same. A very different read heading in, but it's this measured play style that you come to expect from Valen.
And every round, you saw Sentinels throwing a Viper Wall, something like that, to cut off into mid and help the fight there on their attack side. Instead, G2 has been throwing sight walls, either on A or on B, that are prioritizing
What is
getting their
defender
Viper
side?
to a
I mean,
lurk
everyone's playing
position
pretty wrong,
instead.
but-
Oh,
But
no.
this round,
It's fine.
the lurk in question
I do think
Yeah,
the Sentinels
that's
had a pretty good
Narrate's
attack.
so confident he's playing
that
up in
helped.
front of that Viper's
I do
wall.
think the Sentinels
Out
are now
in the middle
playing
of nowhere, but
defense
he's
pretty
winning his
well.
shot. And this forces G2 now speed up into the B site. John QT tucked away into the corners. Teammates continue to flood on in. Sentinels looking good already. And Zekin goes down. This might not be over just yet. G2 continuing the fight on in. And abandon Valent to get the spike on the ground.
Baby Bay and Trent trying to win it out, but an ult in their face. Trent will keep his gun, and so will Baby Bay.
G2 have had to fall fully off site. Only now looking to get back in. Trent,
Yeah, you
the
can spam that
spam,
from
it
here.
almost is there. But now
Okay.
Baby Bay in a 1-on-3.
Imagine it. Low
It
HP
won't
on
be
the other.
enough. And Sentinels get their first defense round.
Finally breaking the streak there for Sen. And it comes off of Narrate's confidence. Like you mentioned, playing up ahead of that wall, punishing onto the lurk, and they know what G2's reaction is going to be. Because with the Neon, they're taking mid. Because Narrate is posturing forward on it, it has to be a 4-1 heavy into this B site.
Yeah, spam over
And
towards B main is pretty
Sentinels
important.
players are there very quickly to flood retake the site and win that one out.
The adjustment from G2, well, we probably need to be doing something about mid. We can't be giving those rotations over so easily.
Yeah, you probably see G2
Bluff is
take a
being
bit
called.
more of middle, huh?
Backside operator. That's in the hands of Jawgemo.
G2 have been throwing this smoke consistently, right on the corner there to block off a lot. Allen, unlucky a bit, can't connect.
Paranoia.
Refight, here goes
Omen
Zekin, sliding
flash
on
stun.
forward.
Oi,
Looking at
that's
him.
nice, dude.
Two immediately
A
to
great
kick off
punish
the
over
round.
towards middle.
Too clean from Zekin. G2 pop an ult.
What is happening? We're ulting
towards
away, but
A?
refighting in. What in the world is that?
That is a weird one. Works out for Sen though. They trade favorably. And now it's just Jaw off in hand.
Yeah, the up purchase looking a little bit silly now in the 1-on-4. And that teleport would have been seen. Oh,
Brutal timing for Jaw.
Okay,
And a
5
really
goes
good
at it
change
for
from
Sen.
Sentinels. They've
This is a
shown
good punish
some of
over
those
towards
earlier
middle.
mid-fight ideas.
The
They
thing that
win
was
that
working
last
for
round, really, like, G2 is going
G2's
to
A,
want
so
to
you
fight
probably
for
see them
mid
end A
space
here.
And instead go for a re-clear play.
Especially as mid's been
Perfectly done
getting
off the
them wrecked
paranoia
a
and
bit.
the haunt coming in conjunction with that slide. And now another look of what they can do with this Neon. It's the AWP this time
Exactly.
in the hands of Zekin. They'll show a much more passive round now.
the aftermath of losing that round, it means Zekin can pick up the big gun. G2 gonna have to be precise as they scale forward to deal with that.
2 Guardians, no ult. From what started as a fantastic attack side,
Okay,
this
it's
is
a bit of
now
a big win for
feeling like it might slip
G2.
away for
Actually
G2.
take
Volleys
amount of mid.
exchanged into mid, warning shots and the like. But once again, be Narrate challenged on the first angle. That up falls, and now the refight from Narrate. Paranoia only hits the one.
Yeah.
Sentinels have lost out completely on this side of the map.
As soon as you get mid, does everything becomes easy.
And now it's going to be a clean A post plant for G2. They still have Vi's Thorns to hold off. They have all 5 players ready to go.
G2 actually
Start
get
to
their ult
cycle
cycle
these
soon.
smokes as soon as this orb
If they can
goes down,
survive
rifle
one more
goes up.
round,
That's why
it's
Bang
kind of
looks to
doable.
challenge. Slips in. Here's players jumping away. Hold on, nobody's home. He's
Like if
started
they
to
can win the
realize
next
he's here
round, they get so
quickly.
many
On
ults.
the left side.
Obviously, they got to win this one as well fast.
That's the first. There's a whole lot left to do. Sentinels blinded up. Still stalled away. I mean, they're tagged up. They're getting shot at. They're getting shocked at. And now they might just fall away from the site entirely.
They're saving. And this is such a cool post plant from G2. You see where their wall is. That's what I was talking about.
This
that
Wolf
allows
of post plant?
Lurk to
Yeah,
go up
it's
towards
super
elbow,
strong.
that threatens the Viper
This
there.
is
But what it also
when we
does
did our
is when you have
video
a
at the
post
beginning,
plant
this was the
and
wall
you're
that I
putting the
was
spike
thinking
down
is most
here,
likely.
The retaking players have to push through your Viper wall to challenge. And there's so little space around the spike outside that wall that it's really difficult to actually have a double swing, to actually cover someone defusing, and makes an already tough
It
site to
just
retake
makes a lot of
even
sense.
more
Good
difficult.
enough to plant. Good for splitting,
that
walking out
post-plant,
here.
that
Same thing once you take mid control. Just creates a lot of passive pressure.
Going to be something Sentinels will consider. How to work past in this timeout. They're going to be calling now all 4 used.
I would be
one.
insanely
No more
surprised
hand-me-outs, no
if
more
the
help
Vice
from the
isn't
coaches
over
after
towards
this.
A.
Yeah, gotta make it to OT if you want another chance. Last couple rounds, I have liked what Sentinels have been showing. With
Smarties
these
with the prime
three-clear
think within
plays
19
into mid.
months.
It didn't quite work out
Can you
there.
spam
Quite a bit of a
A-Link
rough
with
timing
Odin?
on the clear
Good
back through
question.
A-Link. But I think that idea is generally good.
Yeah,
if you're
there
full
might be a bit of
sending
it that
early
you
on, G2 is a team that is really good at kind of finding that angle, finding that punish. So I like the overall idea from them. But I think where it's been suffering is in some of these really late rounds when they're actually playing the retakes. I'd like to see them
Olives, thanks
being
so
a
much for
little
the
bit more
prime.
proactive in trying to,
the
if
full
they
arms.
have that mid control, either like push through for flanks or try and get that second angle. Because in most of these rounds, they've been having to retake almost exclusively from mid or from CT. And G2's comp with the double controllers, with the Vise, has so much util to shut down those chokes.
You can,
Already
yeah,
up on
yeah.
12, Sentinels have some
There's
room
also
to
a couple that you
test
can
the
do with
limits,
rifle.
test some other options. But what I'm looking at is the ultimates right now. G2, nothing to work with here. But if they win this round,
Like we were just talking
G2
about, yeah.
are going to be able to cycle ultimates probably until the end of regulation.
And money's
okay,
kind of bad
makes
for
sense, though.
Sentinels. They don't even
It's
get
a
to
shame
keep
that
stacking the
they
loss
needed a
bonus 'cause of
timeout
the
to be
2
able to
rounds they
have to
won.
put
So it's
the
gonna be
Vice wall
buy
here.
save, pretty
G2
much
should know
until
the
we're
Vice
right
is
up to
going here.
overtime.
After the next couple of rounds. We'll see right now. G2 set up 3 towards B, 2 towards A. Again, the same look from Sentinels, playing up, guarding the space around the attack smoke that's been placed right down the middle.
They've realized that G2 are not task fighting for mid. So they're able to just walk a player in without having to commit much utility.
It's so much space for free, but
Yeah, this
you
looks
also
way
think
better
G2
for
realized the same,
Sentinels.
because no one's ever up
This
in
might
A
be
main,
it.
so Trent is always going to be there, ready to challenge.
The round will be decided on the mid reclear.
Now, once this wall goes down.
And they even mid
Or
reclear. It's
maybe
just
we
wall into
refresh
smoke
the
into
smoke.
wall.
Sentinels
Should
have
just
no
be
reason to give it
spam all
up.
the
They
time
can just
now.
keep cycling that smoke over and over.
Ray fighting deeper.
Oh, we're trying to jump over this smoke
Yeah,
as
and
well
this
and see
wall's just
someone up
gonna go up.
window, huh? But I like this because 45 seconds in the round, Sentinels have decided, yes, we were up there. We could have kept fighting, but G2 have lost so much time. Sentinels can now give up that space and chew away at the clock.
Drone into A main. Makes Sen think this might be another
Breaks the
hard
wall.
G2
Yeah,
hit
Trent's
there,
done
but
good
instead
here.
it's a heavy walk into
But
mid.
still, you gotta start
Plenty
looking at the
timing
time.
for G2 to catch.
It'll
Mid
all be on
control a little bit
air
over
raid.
towards A.
And John
Split
QT.
B.
But they're separated.
And John is in a
They
great
have to
pose.
play on their own on the slant. Oh no! Who's looking at him? A 1-for-1. That'll be good enough. But now Narrate prepared into main and no one else to challenge him there. A quick hop back into the site.
Such a nice
Oh, they're trying to
reposition
drone.
from him, but
He pretended to be a drone for half a second.
yeah, I
That's
thought he
exactly what Narrate needed.
but he was kind of
Sentinels
slow.
down in
though.
numbers, but they're always coming back into the site and now onto the flank. The challenge, but it's a knife in Nelsis's hand. Somehow Trent chalks it. Now Trent paranoia it up. His Sentinels running to the side. It's a mess on every single front.
Trent
There's some
1v3.
movement right there.
Ult, and all of his starts to work with.
But they know where he is. And he's still worried about a flank.
Yeah, he kind of needs to
He
get a
knew
kill before
Zelsis
he
was
serve
behind
rolls,
him.
but
Now sees that there isn't a flank coming in. Has to put away the Hunter's Fury. Needs to challenge. To half already. There goes Trent 1. And Trent does not
okay.
get the
Yeah,
next.
nicely done from Sentinels in the
Sentinels
enter.
strike first here and take Corrode.
A bold
yeah, you
choice
could tell
against their
that
rival
some of
to get the
them didn't
newest
have
map
like
in
the
the pool.
most time on this map.
But a
There's some
dominant
nice Viper
first
stuff.
half, 10-2 on
It's
the
obviously a
attack
good timeout to
side.
put the Vice over towards A. It helps him so
The
much.
spearhead of Zekin
super
leading
on
the
it.
way. 22 and 15 for him as they
Monster.
end the map.